back to Golf Life. We're out at Rain Dance Golf Course working on strategy for your game. Right now, let's talk about scoring from 150 yards in. And we're going to use the influence of the golf legend, Ben Hogan. Now, Mr. Hogan never really aimed at pins, very rarely. He aimed at areas on the green, and he talked to people a lot about this. And one of the people that listened to him was Scotty Scheffler. And if you saw him at the British Open, that was one of the most masterful experiences I've seen of somebody being disciplined on this strategy. So let's learn more about the strategy here at Rain Dance with some of these holes.
Hole 17 here at Rain Dance is sitting 140 yards from the white tee box. The hole is at the front part of the green, and there are large bunkers as well as a false front. The back part of the green has a backstop to allow your ball to roll back down to the pin.
To understand Mr. Hogan and Scotty Scheffler's aiming strategies, this is a great place to start. We've got a pin that's short-sighted for us. It's up at the front. All of the trouble is in front. False front, bunkers, but we've got plenty of green, and we all know, oh, let's hit it to the center of the green. But what do? We take out that rangefinder, shoot that pin, it's 140. Immediately your head goes, oh, I can hit an 8-iron. Well, sure, a lot of the time, but what if you hit it a little fat and you hit it 130? Now you're off the green, you're in trouble. It's just a disaster, and it's because you're thinking of that number. If we think of going past that 140 and commit to the 7-iron, we're gonna carry it deep, and if we carry it past the back of the green, no big deal, because it's gonna come back down. At least we're on, and probably we'll hit a nice easy 7 up to about 150 and have a great putt for birdie.
Our next hole has the pin on the left, with some trouble on the left and short of the green.
All right, let's talk about dispersion pattern, or the tilted oval. Now, if you know about this, generally, if you hit, let's say 3 balls and you hit them to the left, they're gonna be longer. If you hit them in the middle, they'll be sort of in the middle of that oval. And if you hit them to the right, they're gonna be at the bottom of the oval. So that's the dispersion pattern that you have to utilize. So for example, if the pin is on the left and you're short-sighted on that left, meaning if I hit it past the pin, I've got a really tough short chip or putt back to that pin. Well, obviously, if the pin's at 150 and I'm gonna hit my 8-iron 150, but sometimes 165 or whatever, I don't want to use an 8-iron there, right? I want to use the 9-iron. That way, if I hit my 9-iron to say 140, 135, and then whenever I hit it really flush, I hit it right where the pin is, about 150. That's this proper strategy so that I don't get short-sighted on the left side. Just to give you an example of how to use this tilted oval strategy and really plan what we're going to show you to do on the green.
Hole 8 here at Rain Dance is a 173-yard par 3 from the white tees. The pin is at the front of the green, and there are large bunkers and a false front on the front of the green. The back has a backstop that can allow your ball to roll back down.
In this opposite situation, we have the pin tucked to the right. Now, obviously, most people would say, well, just hit it over there, maybe even bump it into the green over there on the left, and that's fine. But let's think about actually strategically playing this the correct way, like Scotty Scheffler might do. Now, if he's got 140 to that pin, what he's actually going to do is hit it to the left, obviously, but he's going to hit it 150 yards. And this is really critical. Scheffler hits a fade, right? And if you see the oval, if you hit a fade and it fades too much, it's gonna come shorter. So he wants to play it deeper. If he was to hit it at 140, that would bring the bunkers into play, right? And that's what we do so often. If he hits it deep and he hits it far to the left, he's fine with that. As long as there's no trouble deep and to the back side of that green, he's gonna be fine with that because he's got a long putt across the green, and typically that's going to be a lot better putt for him. But more importantly, he's set up for success. If he does fade it and it comes off to the 140 number, he's going to be right on the pin. This is what you have to do, is not just think about hitting the greens, because you might bump it in and come up short, and we do this all the time. And now I've got an uphill putt all the way across the green, and that's probably not ideal on this hole. So let's get it back into that green, and let's take that extra 10 yards and think about our oval of dispersion.
We're here at hole 18 at Rain Dance Golf Course. Now we're sitting about 120 yards from the pin, where the hole is sitting at the back of the green, but there's some trouble on the short side of the pin.
Let's talk about when the pin's on the back. You'll very rarely see the pros go beyond that pin, because the reason is they'll be short-sighted on the back side of the green, and what that means is they have to have a short little chip or some kind of a weird little putt, and possibly even downhill, and that's a killer. That definitely is a score killer. You'd rather be short, maybe a club short of that pin, and have a 20 or 30 yard uphill putt and have a chance to get down in two than to be short-sighted. And the facts show this when you look at the stats. So I hope you've enjoyed this time out at Rain Dance. Listen, this course provides you everything that we talked about. Left pins, right pins, deep pins, pins that are up, and the ability to use the quadrants and strategize how you can score better. It's really important that you understand what your distances are when you hit an iron to the left and what that short distance is when you hit it right, and create those ovals in your brain so that you know how to strategize when you pull out that rangefinder and not carry that all the way to the pin where you get yourself in trouble.